Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 2222. 22 minutes past 10 on the 3rd of October 2023. That's the day that Dan Maguire is 73. So what? He was born in 1950. Would that be right? So happy birthday, Dan. And when I'm on the birthday trail, happy 50th birthday tomorrow to Roy Harris. He's a Langer from Cork. Hell of a guy, long time follower of the channel. Met him this year in Galway. He was looking to meet me last year, but he didn't. But we happened to meet up this year. We had a good chat. So they were in Galway today for the birthday of tomorrow. I don't know if they're going back to Cork or not. I didn't get there. Woke up this morning absolutely stuffed with a cold, smothered. So I thought maybe it might be COVID, and I had done a test, but it was just the one line across, so that was good, because I'm on the road again in the morning, heading for Dublin at 6:30, picking up a couple in Wynn's Hotel at 9 a.m. and heading for Cork. Nothing changes, does it? If you don't go roundabout and finish in Cork, anti-clockwise, we go clockwise and we go to the Royal or the Rebel County. So we're staying in Blarney 2 nights. They were staying in Killarney 2 nights, and on then to Cundinagalliva for 2 nights, 1 night in Glinteath, that's 7, and 2 nights in Portrush, 9, and then it'll be back to Dublin sometime on Friday week, 4 or 5 o'clock I would imagine, and that'll be the trip. I don't know where they're coming from, but I'll know in the morning. So I suppose the usual haunts will be visited. We had a couple of winners today. I took on the top 2 in the market in that race in Sedgefield, but City Vaults I thought maybe might be the one, but no, jumped terrible. I'll be leaving that alone. To the first time out over hurdles from the Brookhouse yard that won it. Calganoff got that race spot on. Got a better break than the time. It only just got ahead of the horse that was second the last day. Even the £5 difference didn't do the difference. Got the forecast. It was to the 11.70. I hope a few of you might have done it, because it looked like a 2-horse race on the betting. Drifted out to 7-2. The money came for the other one, but that'll probably only go up about £4. We'll keep an eye on that. That might win again. It's only a 4-year-old. It was rated the number in the 90s when it came from France. Learning how to run properly now, so we'll keep an eye on. O'Mara's in way better form than he was earlier in the year. And then I got a great buzz out of Percy Lavelle Le Gallois, winning for us again. Long time followers to the channel know that we got nutted below in Listowel last year in a hurdle race. It was too short probably of a trip. I thought I was in Listowel at the time, and as it passed, I thought we had it, but we didn't win it in the photograph. The head wasn't down. But drifted out today to a grand prize, 7-4 out to 7-2. I think it opened 7-4, did it? I was very impressed with it. Jumped great, travelled well into the race, went about his business good. So that's one we'll be following now. God knows where it'll end up. And Buxted Reel wasn't off a yard at all today, but I'd win a race at some point, but I won't be following it too much, to be honest, although it's in the tracker. I put up a couple there that nearly made the short list, or made the long list, or whatever list you want to call it. Alpine Stroll, an Alpine Sierra, that won for us before. Kitog was unlucky not to get going in time, but I actually had doubles and trebles and an AQ going on to that Michael's pledge. But ran terrible. I was expecting more off that, but I cashed out a couple of them. So I had a good Tuesday. So it could have been better with him winning, but I had the couple of winners anyway. So we're not too bad. We're chugging along nicely in the middle lane. Tomorrow is sort of, you know what, fair. We'll go to Navan first. Horse we back there the last day to that 7.5. It wasn't the full mile. If it was, we'd probably have won Perfect Poise. It won for us the time before, and when it broke really well out of the stalls from with Colin Keane in Punchestown, and that was a mile, and he done it well. 15-2. We went the last day. We're saying if it drifted out to go each way, it got bet by a neck, but was really finishing fast. And the mile and the uphill finish in Navan should be able to demonstrate that he's a good enough steer. That's him there on the left and the yellow and the red.
Settle down to battle it out. The Eastern Wind and Red Heel. Perfect Poise beginning to run on inside the final 200. Little Keely hanging right, giving another advantage to drop the dip the far side. Little Keely dropped the dip. Perfect Poise. Lady Arwen inside the final 50. Drop the dips, get in there. Drop the dips, got there. Two in second place. Little Keely, then Perfect.
He actually finished second. He was calling it third, but the uphill finish in Navan, and he'll be able to get rolling a bit faster. There is a couple of there. We backed All Lies Ahead the last day, but that got nutted by Plum Noir. I think this trip it'll suit Perfect Poise better. So win bet on Perfect Poise. We're staying in Navan for a horse that I tipped up the last day, but it did not run. Not just any eagle. Nicely named by Free Eagle out of Not Just Any Girl. It didn't run that day. I think it had a stone bruise. But soft ground, mile 2. It's lightly raced enough. Although it won, remember that it won last year at 25-1. They didn't expect it. And I always say it when a horse wins like that when they don't expect it, especially from a gambling yard, that there's another race in it at some point. It's a pound lower. It's 56 now. It won that race of 57, but it was as green as grass. But horse and jockey, I thought the last day when it ran in an apprentice race.
Coming there towards the near side in blue colours, Not Just Any Eagle. Bardo Contigo is still there. Challenging down the inside is Red Trail. Behind him, Magic Charm. Mr. Mills under pressure, staying on, but heading on with a furlong and a half to race. Not Just Any Eagle. Red Trail over towards the far side. Behind him, Magic Charm. Mr. Mills continues to stay on, but passing the furlong pole. Not Just Any Eagle. Red Trail over on the far side. Mr. Mills staying on from the back, Party Moon, and then Magic Charm, less than 100 yards to race. Not Just Any Eagle tackled on the far side by Red Trail as they go to the line. Red Trail on the far side of Not Just Any Eagle, close between them.
It's an each way price there tomorrow at 7 or 8 to 1. There's the favourite won the last day for Tony Martin in Roscommon, which was pulled out before on account of soft ground. But you know the story there, they pulled out once on soft ground and yet to go round the beginning soft ground and they could win. But it's an each way play at let's see the price. 7 to 1. They're all paying 5 places there. Then in Nottingham tomorrow there's a grand little race where the winner of this last year, Fast Response, and the favourite in that last year actually was Fantasy Master, and he runs very well at Nottingham. And Nottingham, it's a sort of a specialist track. I notice at times that horses that run well a few times, once or twice, will always run well on the track. Spoof won a couple of times lately or before for us. ran well the other day, but has never ran in Nottingham. He beat Fantasy Master before in Ascot, the 3rd of May. We were on him that day. But soft ground, and there's a few pound weight in the difference. He was off 84 that day. He's up to a career high of 90 now. It looks like as well it's between the two of them. I'm actually going to go for the horse that has ran well in Nottingham before as 5-year-old, as Fantasy Master. I'm going to do a reverse forecast with the top one, so that's top and bottom. There was a race I was looking at as well there at Kempton tomorrow night, and I was looking at the race to see is there any angle a man could make a pound in. The most likely winner is the favourite, but I don't like backing shorties like that, so I was wondering what would be second. Mr. Gray done us a good turn in Chelmsford last year over 6. Runs better over 6 than 7. But if you look at the figures, Brad the Brief runs better at 6 and he's rated 107. Mr. Gray 102. So they're off level weights, but he'd be given it £5 if there's in a handicap. And the 104 for Never Just a Dream. But it's a 3-year-old. It's not getting much weight allowance. It's only getting £1. That hasn't ran for 243 days since Maidan, and Ismail Mohammed, he hasn't had a winner. I know he isn't a winner in the last 14 days anyway. No, he's one place. So in the without market, now people there'll be very few maybe wanting this, but I thought it was a decent price at 100 to 30. They're going for that Never Just a Dream at 11 to 8, so that was money for that this evening. But it's a good bit off the track, and I don't know. It's something. We'll have up the other 3, and if anyone wants to do that in the evening, if we do all right during the day, maybe have a pound on it. Let's see. I'm leaving Bangor alone and Catterick. I can't do. I never do any good at them tracks at all. Anyway, that's it. I'll probably have the recording of the trip to the Ark. Put it up tomorrow night, and I'll put the horses for Thursday in the description. It'll save me doing a video tomorrow night. I'll be in Blarney. And I'll just write what I think in the description rather than talking about it. So I've seen some of it today. Sam sent it on to me, and we just there was one thing I wanted to include, so he's doing that tonight, and he sent it on to me this morning on the Wi-Fi, and it'll be a bit of crack to look at. Few laughs in it. Bash the bookies, over and out.